Hey guys, here is my first part of the noodle making process. I had started separating my eggs before I remembered I was going to video it because this was late at night, early morning. But this is how we've always separated our eggs from the yolk from the white. And with these yolks, you can use them to make angel food cakes. And a lot of times I do make angel food cakes with them. But I'm not going to have time this go around, so I'm just going to fry them up and feed them to my dog. And I'm also going to add, I do about 50-50, so if I add 6 egg yolks, or like a cup of egg yolks, let me get this right, a cup of egg yolks, and then I'll use a cup of whole egg. That's kind of how I usually kind of eyeball it. I try to go half of egg yolks and half of whole egg, because if you use all of the whole egg, to me, the noodles aren't as rich and their taste is not as good, because a lot of people will use the whole egg and then they water it down, and then they I had already started whistling this a little bit, and then they add yellow food coloring to bring the color out. Just use egg yolk and bring that own natural flavor color out is the best way to do it, and it makes the best noodles. Salt, again, just kind of, probably you would want to do a teaspoon for 6 eggs, but I don't really measure. I just kind of look at my yolk or my eggs, I can tell. And again, you want to just add flour until your dough is not sticky when you get started on it. I'll show you what it's going to look like here shortly. But I made a little bit bigger batch this time than I did the other day. And I, of course, changed my whisk to the hook. But I'm going to tell y'all, just use a stand mixer. It saves so much time and energy instead of trying to do it by hand. I've made noodles since I was probably 7 years old. Maybe even younger than that. But actually working the dough, at least 7. I mean, we used to like help run them through the chef and all that when we were like little. But this is super fast. But it's not that complicated. And if you go with this, like, just want to do a couple, like, go with like 6 eggs, you don't have to separate them. Just try that out. Go small. You don't have to go big. And get comfortable with it until you figure out what you're doing, what you're looking for. It's really easy. I wish I could get my mama one of these. She would absolutely work a stand mixer to death. But she doesn't have any power or electricity, so it's pointless. They just got to use the elbow grease stand mixers. Okay, I did add a little bit more flour into it because, as you can see, it was sticky, and for some reason I didn't record that part. And then I roll it up into like a log, and I cut them. And these were probably 1 inch thick. And then in a minute, you'll see my next step, which is I mash them. I get them about as thin as I can get them with my hand. And I did this with the rest of the log, as I call it. But I